Oh, I'm going to tell you a story, but everything I've just said is time doesn't work the way it does. You go in Oracle, otherwise I do. All right, now. Continuing to go through the steps I already have. Oh, this particular Netan. All right. Last we left off, it was at step 4901 to 5000. Upadar or alright, so around this time in the story, it's going back to the time that I actually got my initiation as a Buddhist monk, and it started out with a class at a place that is now closed in Chelmsford called Awakening Spirit. I was taking a class, Upadar that is Kyle teaching the class. Alright, Shiksina Nam Karoti, Vayapariati, Parivartate, Samarapayati, Parixate, Vipaxi Karoti, Vayapariati, Sevate, Pibati, Shapiati. Alright, so, interestingly enough, this class is one of the first times I noticed that underpuller Michael was pulling its BS of depriving people with wings. So check it out. During this class, we were talking about a number of things, including how one of the people in the room had had an experience where she saw a deer that had been hit by a car dying on the side of the road, and she went to go and comfort it, and a lot of other motorists came by and joined her, and they sat there and they stayed with this dying deer just to be with it, because they were people who refused to let this animal die alone. And it was talking about that has a lot to do with like reincarnation, which is why that comes up. Um, and the Paraxate is me citing something that on the woman next to me, like I saw broken wings coming out of her back, like broken wings, like they've been broken, like something broke them. And that was actually me seeing that someone had deprived her of wings before. Yes, Michael, I'm talking about you, you wing hungry little idiot. Yeah. She's a human being, so you say you had every right to do it. Yeah, that isn't gonna cut it at all. Just because you're supposed to be an angel doesn't give you right to deprive human of wings. It never gave you that right, and you're pathetic for saying otherwise. All right, now, around that point, uh, Buddha Paul noticed that someone else in the group, like someone else, a guy, had 3 past lives haunting him. So Buddha Paul took an egg, absorbed those past lives, and then exorcised him in order for him to be cleansed. That is around the end of 6,000 steps. All right, and then it was around the time that I learned how to do my laying on hands healing. So, Marsti, you gotta wash your hands. Zilari, Brahmiyari. You gotta take a minute to like meditate and circulate energy into your hands. Karasti Karoti, wave your hands over. Zamayari, heal up. And that's basically how that works. Prastari, Vayabakarari, Azizambadari, Pachati, Madhyari. So basically, at that point, I get taught how to practice sorcery in terms of an Azizam Vadadi or the Arahung mantra. And then, like, after that got done, Buddha Paul came in and had Paul ask, does anyone actually want to be initiated into Triway? And that was the point where I say Madhyadi, because like it was in that moment that effectively I was like, I experienced heavenly bliss, because I didn't know that that's what I was there for, but that's definitely what I was there for. Like, I was there for everything else. I was there to learn how to heal. I was there to learn how to do a mantra that way, which I didn't know I was going to learn how to do, but still, I did. And then like I got asked, do you want to do this? And I was like, yes. And like I leapt at it, because that's exactly the sort of thing that I'm here for. Now, at that point, you think Rori Prostaudi, Zelati, Trerati, Zuzrute, Abisishkati, Nirlikati, Vayati, Lekeariati, Erahayati, Smariati. Alright, so basically that's the actual initiation process. Yuthi Karoti. I step forward, two other people got gathered, so that is the gathering of the flock in question. Prostaudi. We sit there and start chanting. Zelati, meditate. Trerati, we repeat the ritual mantra. Zuzrute, we essentially start learning how to do Zuzrute as to serve, as to like listen with the intent of serving as we're going through the meditation. Abhisishkati. I don't remember what that is. It's probably important. But Nirlikati, scarify. Now, at this point, I know on myself, and I believe on the other two people doing the initiation. So, Buddha Paul went and took a silas with, jasmine oil, and like anointed all of our backs with the silas of jasmine oil. And oh, yeah, that's what it is. Abhishekati is for anointing. Of course. That's so anoint to scarify, because he basically like effectively magically scarified Buddhalipti for whatever he wrote on my back. Vayate, be initiated into Lekarayati, notes the Akashic record, specifically the Dixa de Palos Leka, or the initiation of name initiation record. Smaryate, be recorded. And that's around 8,000 steps. And all right. So all right. Upayani Karoti Chariati. Upayani Karoti Chariati. Upayani Karoti Apasajati. Okay. So at this point, Buddha Paul gives each of the three of us, the three initiates, what's called the gift of a gift of initiation, which is essentially, so he gave the gift to my fellow initiate on my right. They were both women, by the way. To one on my right, I'm not going to tell you about it. That's why it's Shadiyati Mass, because I'm going to tell you what happened, but I'm not going to tell you what it was. Same with the other one, Opiyani Karoti Chariyati. I'm going to tell you that they received a gift, and then I'm going to mask it, because quite frankly, it's not mine to share. But Opiyani Karoti Upasajati. So Avaraksati, Atma Samarpam Karoti Avatarati Prayaksi Bhavati. So, as far as I'm aware, at this point, so this is when Buddha Paul tells me what I referred to in the previous episode. The Master of all Kung Fu would like you very much. But fight for you will protect you, but you have to not fight. And essentially what that is my gift is being told that Master of all Kung Fu wants to Avaraksati safeguard me. I have to Amasamarpam Karoti self-surrender to the Master of all Kung Fu to not go out and look for fights. And then I guess Avatarati Prayaksi Bhavari, I need to be like protected. Wing Chun comes down, whoop, is in here, appears in person, and does whatever needs to be done. So this is at 9,000 steps. Vasaya Karode Avaraksati Madhyati Adikaroti Bahati Kridati. Oh, yeah, okay. Adikaroti Bahati Kridati Jigradi Upanasiati Paraksate Lasati. Alright, so, and that gets us to a full 10,000 steps. So basically what that is after Avatarati Prayaksi Bhavari of Wing Chun, Avatarati down in, appear in person, the Saya Karoti take control of my body effectively. Avaraksati, safeguard. And then Adi Karoti, where I pledge that I'm not going to just like go out and like start fights assuming Wing Chun's going to come protect me. Because why would she at that point? And then I get a ride from someone else, Vahate. My friend Lisa comes and picks me up from Waking Spirit, gives me a ride to a gaming shop at night, Kridati. Jigrati. Upanyasyari, Paraksati Lasati. And so I proceed by smell, the fact that I still smell jasmine oil the entire time, as I Kridati play. Upanyasyari, Paraksati, catch sight of Lasati. Okay, and that's another time that, okay. So, Upanyasyari is recount, basically, another time that I remember something. Paraksate, catch sight of something, Lasati, Paravisyari, Prabhavati. And so basically, I guess I'm gonna go past 10,000 steps on this one because of the lead into this. Another time that I was at that same place, but significantly later, I happened to catch sight of something that was actually like a flash of orange light that looked basically like something having a halo. I went inside and I ended up talking to a woman who was running the class that night, who was doing a class on angel work. And the Prabhavate is essentially Vyakti Bhavati, or reveal, that essentially that flash of orange light, as far as I understand it from this lady running an angel class, is me basically seeing Uriel's halo. Vyakti Bhavati, Sthira Karoti, Sagranite Yuthi Karole Parchati, Prananam Karoti, Yavanikam Vibranoti Prabeshyari. So essentially, she revealed and then testified to the fact that there was an agreeing call to naming that's definitely Uriel that I saw. It just is. Yuthi Karoti gathered together in flock and Prichat. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to, before I get into Brahmanam Karoti, alright. So, Yuthi Karoti. Now, at this point, I ask you, as I gather you in a flock, and Prachati ask, have I made sense of this so far? Because I want the Brahmanam Karoti, backwards in time, so to speak, to the next portion, to Yavanikam Vivranoti, raise a curtain on a previous time. And we'll talk about Pravashayati through the rest in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment below.